So what about your...
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Oakland as the Warriors go up against the Boston Celtics. Looking at Boston, playing above 500 in the last few weeks, not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. Well, when Kevin Durant joined the Warriors, one of the big questions was how Klay Thompson would adjust. He already had to share the spotlight with Steph, and now here's another superstar joining the fray. So that being said, a year into the experiment, how do you feel his role has shifted on this team?
Well, okay, go ahead, Shaq. Yeah.
Oh, you guys fight over it.
No, he's good.
You all both want to talk.
No, because we're going to share a role.
I was talking to Underdog the other day. I was anxious. Great question, Aaron. I was anxious to see who's getting most of the shots, and they're all taking the same amount of shots. You know, I think Klay's going to get a lot more wide open as a result of this move, but they're all taking similar shots.
Well, you know, Klay is probably the third option, but what a third option to have. Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh. But he's probably getting easier shots than he's ever got in his career. The defense has to shift. They have to go double team. I'm sure he's not upset. And winning heals all ills.
That just about wraps it up.
Heals all ills? What the heck was
heals all ills.
Oh, ills. I thought you said heals all eels. Are we going fishing?
We've got basketball at Oracle Arena, the home of the Warriors in Oakland, California. Live on 2K Sports. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. And on the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. Looking at Boston, they took a win in their last game against the Clippers.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Yeah, on the road, role players often have a harder time scoring. But on that night, it was just the opposite.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, Kevin, the Warriors are one of the best offensive teams in the league, and Steve Kerr talks about his offensive philosophy often. He said, I believe unequivocally as a coach, and I believed it as a player, that the ball has to move. When the ball stops, the game stops. And I don't think you can win at the highest level by playing too much one-on-one. Kevin?
Thanks for that, D.A. And the Warriors move the ball so quickly. Their team chemistry is off the charts. Steve, we have a great matchup in the backcourt in this one. What are some of the toughest aspects of defending against guards who can light it up?
The toughest thing is, Kevin, when you have a guard that has it going from behind the line, and he's a guy that drives the basketball. So you're planning for the drive, but he is starting to light you up from behind the line. So you're really in no man's land. You get up on him, he's going around you, then he's knocking down the three. That's when you start yelling, help, help.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the floor for Boston. Irving and Brown pair at the 1 and the 2. Tatum out there with Horford, and it's Baines in at the 5. And it's the Warriors. On the break, Durant's got the ball.
And this is the kind of basketball that Durant wants to play. Ball movement, hit the open man.
Tipped away. And Curry with the clear path to the hoop. And Curry with the stuff.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
He also is one of the most skilled finishers in the league. Yet another spectacular play.
And they pick up 2.
Nice recognition by Kyrie. Caught the defense napping and found the open teammate.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. And just about a minute into the first quarter. In the corner, Tatum with it. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
And there's another aspect of his game, the ability to work off the screen. Give this guy any kind of space, and he's going to torch you.
Curry, good.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Here's Irving. Boy, was he something else against the Clippers. Knocked away. He feeds it to Baines. On the wing, Brown. And a wide open look for Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Irving's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Durant. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
I'll tell you what, despite the miss, he's going to be looking for that same shot again.
The kick out to Irving. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
He gets that one. Durant's got his second bucket of the night.
Dominate from the perimeter, but KD is just as dynamic at the rim.
And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Stolen by Durant.
And that'll make a pair of turnovers for him in just the last few minutes. So he's got to be a little bit more deliberate with the ball out there.
And after Kevin Durant made his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, he instantly became one of the most polarizing players, it seemed, Greg, in the NBA.
Listen, Kevin Durant has always been a star in this league, but now he's become the story. It's something that he can handle but doesn't try to seek out. Was able to prove all the naysayers wrong and just having another amazing season.
Kevin Durant, a 4-time scoring champ. That award based on points per game average. If you go by total points in a season, he's led the league on 5 separate occasions.
While we're in this quick break, and out to the small forward position and the hottest shooters among them over the last month. 5th, Kevin Durant.
And that tells you about their ability to slash through the defense and get to the hoop effectively. I mean, because you have to be getting a lot of layups to have that kind of a percentage.
And I don't think there's a player on that list who can't also light it up from the outside. Every one of those guys is a hot streak just waiting to happen.
Tries again, and he sinks the layup.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Celtics trail by 8. Irving with it. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. And it's Baines missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Pachulia, good. Pachulia's got 6.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
So the Celtics called timeout, their first. Their last encounter was in Boston.
And they had to scrape and claw to get the win the last time these two teams went head-to-head. It came down to a few key free throws at the end.
Hey, Steve, we're here at the midway point of the season. You hear a lot about the rookie wall. Talk about why that is such an issue for these first-year guys.
It's not a myth. I mean, you haven't played this amount of games. And I think more importantly, people don't understand, you haven't played against this type of talent in practice. So practice is wearing you down. And then you get a chance to go up against the best of the best for 82 games. You play about 30 in college. Yes, that rookie wall starts to hit you around January.
We've got a chance, let's check out the stats for Stephen Curry. 7th in free throw percentage, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And yeah, he's a true professional at the free throw line. It's a part of the game where he excels. You want him at the line for you in crunch time. Now, here is Irving. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the call on Pachulia. That's his first foul. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Sinks the triple.
You know, it's hard enough to defend Kyrie in isolation. Throw in a few screens, good luck.
From 11 feet away, the shot, no good. Good work defensively by Horford. Over in the corner, Brown. Down low, Baines. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
Took him no time at all on that one. And that's now 9 points for Kevin Durant.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's Horford. And Pachulia pulls it down. Warriors leading by 7. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. You watch Kevin Durant and the way he just rises up so easily, Steve, with his soft touch. He can absolutely be unguardable, even if you're willing to throw double and triple teams his way.
You know, Durant's height, shooting, and mobility are just too much for one defender to deal with. On any given possession, he can create a good look out of nothing. It's why he's one of the greatest scorers to ever play.
The first one falls. So he gets them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And there's the call on Durant. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Now here's Tatum, defended by Durant, stolen by Durant.
I'll tell you what, terrific anticipation defensively. Tracked it all the way. That pass had no chance.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And guys, it's working.
They have played physical, they have owned the paint, and they have built up a decent lead here in the first.
And Kevin Durant with the slam.
It comes so easy to KD. Putting up buckets is like breathing.
And the Celtics with possession here, trailing by 13. Passes it to Brown to stop the run. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint.
One more for the highlight reel. KD with the skyscraper.
Celtics trail by 12. Down low. A nice shot by Tatum. Tatum's got 6 points.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Awesome look from Stephen Curry. Outstanding at distributing the basketball.
And Durant comes to help. Right wing. Now Brown. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. 5 on the clock. From deep. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Durant.
What a display we've seen from them so far. Every half open look they've knocked down and showed no signs of letting up. Right now, they are in the driver's seat. As long as they can keep their rhythm on offense, they'll just steamroll this team the rest of the way.
Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against the Timberwolves.
And you saw that offensive flow they got into, really maximized everything they do well.
What you try to do is dictate the pace, play to your strengths. They were successful at both.
But Julia with the steal. Great D that time from Irving.
And on some plays, everything goes your way except for the finish.
He dishes it to Brown. Horford sets a screen for Brown. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Good on the shot. Green's got his first basket of the night.
Another turnover there leading to a basket.
Celtics trail by 16. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And so many great young players around the NBA right now, Steve. If you were starting a franchise, who would you look to build around?
I mean, there's some guys. I mean, Anthony Davis, Karl Anthony Towns. Joel Embiid is one of those guys I think has a chance to be a superstar. It's so many guys. Giannis Antetokounmpo for sure. And I think a name I'm going to throw out there, Devin Booker. I think one day he's going to get a chance to be a franchise player.
His dad played in the league. You're right. That's a good name to keep track of.
You know, so many people were surprised at the Kyrie Irving trade, but throughout the decades, Boston's been unafraid to pull the trigger. I mean, they moved up to number 2 to draft the great Bill Russell, moving back to number 3 to draft McHale, add Parrish, assembling the big 3 for a championship, then dismantling that big 3 for all those unprotected picks. This is an organization that stops at nothing to try and win titles.
Some changes for Golden State. West is checked in for Pachulia, and it's Iguodala in for Green. In the corner, it's Morris. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Smart. Putting up about 10 points a night, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles, carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team.
You know, thinking about Kyrie's legacy here in Boston, this is a town that cares only about championships. That's how his contribution is going to be measured. And only time will tell if he can walk in the shoes of the greatest players to ever put on a Celtics uniform.
Shot clock at 6. They double him with West. Knocks it loose. Durant with the steal. Jumps up. Oh, and the jam by Durant.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. Do they start to coast, or do they go right for the juggler?
Smart with the ball, and it's Iguodala picking him up. The offensive rebound.
Oh, a good open look, and he sprays it home from 3.
The shot misses. Good work defensively by Morris. Dishes to Smart. Back to Morris. And Iguodala comes to help. Pass to Smart. Here's Ogilvy. He's covered by Thompson. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
From deep. And it's Rozier missing. Warriors leading by 14. Here's Curry, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
2 shots. And we know how great Curry is at shooting the ball, but he is also an incredible playmaker. Very, very aware of how to draw the defense to him and get an easy layup for a teammate. He's underrated as a passer, mostly because his scoring is so incredible.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Woo shots.
And that one misses. Steve, when you think about Curry and his playmaking, the assists are easy to count, but the gravity he has on the floor all over the floor creates shots for others by itself.
And if you're on Curry's teams, you have so much attention drawn off of you. When he has the ball, Kevin, defenders have to be aware of Curry at all times. Opens up so much space for the other shooters.
He hits the second from the line. With the way the Warriors romped in the playoffs and how stacked their team is, Steve, is a team like Golden State or really any team this talented good for the NBA?
It's a question that was asked a lot last season and will get asked a lot this season. I love the way this team plays. I think they play with such greatness and unselfishness. All the other 29 teams, they just have to catch up. When it's all said and done, there will be no doubt Curry will be the greatest shooter of all time. Closing in on every record involving three-pointers, he has absolutely changed the way the league views shooting point guards.
The Warriors shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And with Curry in his shooting, really, he has transformed himself, Steve, into a complete offensive juggernaut. There is just no slowing him up.
No, not at all. We know he can shoot the basketball, but now he's able to score at all 3 levels. He's one of the best at the mid-range, at the rim, and when guys are guarding him, he has a knack to create separation. And on a daily basis, it is just jaw-dropping to watch.
And Smitty, as an NBA player, you got to travel all over the country and see just about every major metro area in the nation. When you were playing, you were doing all that traveling, which city did you always look forward to playing in the most?
You know, Kevin, I thought it was Miami when I left Miami because I had the friends. And let me be honest, the weather and getting a chance to go back to the restaurants. But I think the energy and the basketball knowledge of the fans just walking around is New York City. You have great conversations with people at a deli all around the city of New York, and then playing in the Mecca. New York was my favorite place.
And they made you feel appreciated there, whether they despised you because you were good and were going to hurt the Knicks, or you were playing for New York and they could cheer you on. Am I right?
Yeah, you're totally right. The one thing they did, Kevin, like you said, playing well or not, or rooting for you or not, they always told you the truth.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And Iguodala comes to help. Tice. And that one hits back iron.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
And it's West missing.
Can't finish. And defensively, nice job of altering the shot without fouling.
Smart with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Iguodala with the steal. The Warriors, another fast break opportunity here. And Thompson gets it to go.
Lock up D from Iggy, keeping his hands active there.
Celtics shooting 39% in the early minutes of this game. And the wide open shot from Morris. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Morris has got himself on the board with 3 there.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall. Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Rozier, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
I mean, defensively, you have to close out harder than that.
Warriors leading by 18. Picked him clean. Out to the wing. Now here's Smart. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Ojale, that's good.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Here's Thompson. And a missed layup. Celtics trail by 15. Smart kicks to Rozier. Smart with the ball. It's up against Thompson. Smart misses. Now the Warriors moving it up. Goes up. And the jam by Andre Iguodala.
And from the opening tip, they have
been in complete control of this one.
Dominate on the court, and it's showing up on the scoreboard. Let's see if they can maintain this level of intensity.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors, feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We'll return shortly. And certainly one of the game's bigger personalities, Draymond Green, had this to say about his approach to leadership.
Most importantly, it's just about how the guys respond to me. And, just really bringing that energy and that attitude and that fire each and every night, every day, whether it's in practice, whether it's, in the game, whatever it is, just always bringing that energy and that passion.
A heart and soul guy, Draymond Green has the kind of spirit, guys, that everyone else can just kind of feed off of.
Yeah, his talents and contributions now being appreciated. He's forced his way into the discussion of top 10 players in our league.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And for the Warriors, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
These guys have quick hands. You have to protect the ball around all of them.
Livingston is out there with McCaw. Then there's Nick Young, and it's West, and it's Iguodala in at the 4. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. LeBron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, a jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall.
2 shots.
I can broadcast.
2 shots.
You can, and you can write. And by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. DA, thank you. And that one falls for Young.
And you look back to that Big Three era in Boston, the Celtics have not been shy about aggressively trading to reshape this roster. They've made a rapid rebuild that's really the envy of a lot of teams around our league.
And so Young nails them both. And as aggressive as the Celtics have been, Greg, they've also shown patience, haven't they?
Yeah, and in some ways, maybe a victim of their own success. You come out on the winning end of your trades time and again. Other GMs don't want to look bad. They get hesitant, possibly, and don't want to add their name to that list.
Shaun Livingston demonstrating his exceptional athleticism at the point guard position, finishing with a slam.
Rozier kicks to Morris. Here's Smart. Misses the 3. Warriors leading by 22. All sorts of time, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Everybody talks about the 3 ball, but Shaun Livingston understands his game. The mid-range game, he's a master at it.
And there's the pass to Ojale. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Here we go, 1-on-1. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Morris a screen, pass to Ojale. A 3 ball. Boston again missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
They get the rebound. Iguodala gets the bucket.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
For Boston, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. And Iguodala comes to help. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andre Iguodala. That is his first foul of the game. Green, he's checked in for West. Boston making a switch here. Now here's Smart. Defense is right there. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Timeout.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Started.
And Draymond Green just does so many things well on the basketball floor. But to me, above all else, he really is an elite defender who allows this team to be creative with their lineups. You can just put him on any player at any position and feel comfortable with his impact.
And with Green, it just seems that as long as he's going to be in the league, he'll be in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. Draymond Green has been that dominant on that end of the floor.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And one thing's for certain, you don't want to go at him when you need a bucket. Views it as a challenge, almost an insult if a guy wants to attack him. And he just has a knack for making winning plays on the defensive side of the floor.
Julia, he's checked in for the Warriors. The Celtics also changing it up. Aaron Baines comes in for Morris, and Irving subbed in for Terry Rozier. To the middle, looking to end the run, and the layup good by Tatum. Tatum's got 8.
And Tatum already showing some efficiency from beyond. Fantastic at getting the position he wants for the shot.
Green, no luck. Celtics have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. To the inside, here's Horford, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Horford's got his first points of the game.
A top-notch post game is just one of the ways Horford helps his team. One of the more important ways, though, is because he's a tough matchup down low.
Boston's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter, less than 20%. But they've continued to let him fly. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 6 assists in the game.
Yeah, and he can really take his game outside when he wants to. Horford's got plenty of range to go along with all that work he does on the interior.
Tatum with it, and Young picks him up defensively. To the inside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And it goes on Draymond Green.
And Al Horford just so versatile. You know, that extends to the defensive end as well. Very mobile, can move his feet with smaller players, and at the same time gives you a presence on the interior.
Two.
And the first one drops. And Horford won't wow you with his athleticism. But Greg, he's still a pretty good shot blocker.
He has great timing, anticipation, and awareness. Don't forget also he's got terrific hands, and you see that with all the steals he racks up.
Brown is checked in for Boston. So Horford gets 2. The Warriors have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Really flowing here. Look at that jam!
Nice.
I mean, just beautiful.
I totally agree. Sean Livingston's court vision is amazing. Being able to hit the open guy right on stride.
Irving with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Brown wide open, he fires. Boston again missing.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Good on the shot. Pachulia's got 10 points in the game.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
Tatum's shot is off.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
McCaw, no good there. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Tatum dishes to Irving. Over in the corner, Brown. Boston, no good that time either.
Rough start to this game. Hits 1 bucket in the first and nothing here in the second.
The Celtics shooting around 40% from the floor here. The dish to Horford. Now here's Tatum, defended by Young, and Young comes over to help. It's deflected. McCaw kicks to Young. Golden State moving it around. And it's Green, missing.
Lacking confidence right now in his offense. He's been shaky all period.
Got that one up quick. Brown's got his second bucket.
And when Brown has that jump shot going, he's hard to slow down. Just has such a beautiful release on that shot. Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Pick by Horford. In the corner, Tatum with it. Off target from outside. Livingston kicks to Green. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Livingston's got his 6th assist on the night. Boston shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Pick by Horford. Irving double team. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for the Celtics.
And their guards are taking on the majority of the passing and assisting for the team. Just as you might expect, the bigs doing their part by getting to good spots inside and making themselves available.
Here's Livingston. Lays it up off the glass. Livingston's got 6 points.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that. And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
I say it's the #1 reason why they are ahead in this game right now. This is a guy who knows how to orchestrate an offense. Terrific lead pass.
They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
And I don't care what anybody says. You can't keep the status quo. If it ain't working, you got to make some changes.
And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. And the Warriors making a change here. Thompson's checked in. On defense, Golden State. Knocked loose. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back. And it's Green with the jam.
Look at Green trucking down the floor with his quick feet and getting the ball right where he wants.
And for the Celtics, they're shooting not great, 40% for the game.
When you watch the Warriors play, their offense is a work of art. There's so much player movement and passing, it's impossible to cover. And the shooting they have, it just puts it over the top.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
He gets it in there.
He's been making plays all quarter on a terrific hot streak, helping to build out this lead.
Irving double team. Brown kicks to Tatum. Here's Baines. Pachulia covering. And on the way from Irving for 3. No good. He has missed 3 of his 5 attempts this game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Brown kicks to Irving. Shoots over Livingston. Hits the front of the rim and out.
He's being aggressive, trying to turn around the team's fortunes, but he's having a hard time executing.
Second shot opportunity. He takes it up and lays it in. Livingston's got 8 points in the quarter.
Second chance opportunities. The great equalizer.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now, here is Irving. He's covered by Livingston. Just 5 on the clock. Irving passes to Horford. Here's Brown. Boston again missing.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And that's his 3rd foul. The chance you take leaving him in with 2. Let's see if they'll sit him now until the half.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Kevin Durant comes in for Nick Young. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Curry dishes to Green. They set the pick. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
I mean, bullying his way around the court. Draymond invites contact, then comes through with the bucket.
And here is Irving. He has 6. On the wing, Brown. From deep. The shot, no good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way.
He's just gone stone cold this period, and it's bringing the rest of the team down.
Boston shooting is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter. Irving kicks to Baines. Back to Irving. Poked away. 6 to shoot. The drive by Green, and it's Green with the jam.
The luxury of having a 4 who can put the ball on the deck. Draymond exploiting the matchup there.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Irving kicks to Baines. In the corner, Tatum with it. They double him with Green. 5 to shoot. They need this one. And Pachulia pulls it down. Pachulia's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And Thompson throws it down.
Thompson is so smart at seeing a lane to the hoop, always ready to throw it down over the defense.
Horford sets a screen for Irving. Tatum kicks to Irving. Sinks the triple. Irving's got 9 points.
This is why you like to get him touches. He makes things happen.
And the wide open shot from Green. Offensive rebound. The shot by Thompson, no good.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Tough to cut into a lead when you can't make shots. He's been off all period.
Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And it's 8 points for Klay Thompson.
There's no defense for Thompson sometimes. His release is so high, difficult to get to.
Feeds to Brown. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
Oh, what a beautiful pass. And then to catch and finish all in one motion. Stupendous.
An alley-oop like that, Greg, is so rare you just got to take a second and enjoy it. Irving kicks to Baines. Now the feed to Horford. Lays it up and banks it in. Horford's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Here's Golden State. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Kept alive, Pachulia. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 14.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Here's Irving. He's got 9. Pachulia with the steal. Right block shot. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Pachulia. Pachulia's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here's Irving. 2 on the clock. And it's good on the way in.
He gets to the rim at will. Kyrie, one of the most elusive players you'll ever see.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
The momentum is building, scoring in a bunch of ways. That's why his number keeps getting called.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. The Warriors on top, opening up a huge gap. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Steve Kerr and Coach, what is the offensive approach going to be in the second half?
Well, we just have to do what we do, move the ball and wear them down with our ball movement, our cutting, and our spacing, and set better screens, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, it always seems to work out for you in the long run. Thanks, Steve. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He had 23 points, 4 steals, and 4 assists. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession, so critical to the tempo, so crucial to the offensive flow. They've got a great rhythm, as smart and as safe as they're playing. They made it clear they're not going to beat themselves today.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Boston?
Well, they got a ton of issues to work out. Allow way too high a percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at their faces, Ernie. Do they even want to be here?
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
Picturesque Lake Merritt, the scene there as we welcome you back to Oakland. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And the defense was soft in that first half, and he took advantage every chance he could, and boy, was he throwing it down hard.
I'm sure the D will improve from this point on, and because of that, he needs to up the ante in his attacks to the rim, too.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. The Warriors shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. Well, it is something that every NBA player has and usually comes into the league with. So, Smitty, what was your free throw ritual, and how did you come about it?
Well, I think one for me, I have my mom and sister tattoo on my arm, so I used to hold those two and just to say hi to them. And then next, I had to take my hands and wipe the sweat to make sure I could get a grip on the basketball. Then take a deep breath. And then over and over, I would just talk about my high school, Michigan State, my neighborhood, and the ritual in my mind, and then take the free throw. So that was the things I did. A lot of guys, especially Karl Malone, I always wanted to know what was he saying, because he was talking to himself out loud, but not really saying anything.
Well, routine is what coaches always kind of prompt young players to get into, right, when they get to the line?
Yeah, for sure. And I know one time, Kevin, I always looked for that nail at the free throw line, and I couldn't find it, and it seemed like it threw me off.
On the court for the Celtics, Irving and Brown pair at the 1 and the 2. Horford is out there with Tatum, and it's Baines in at the center position. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for getting the best out of his players. He said every NBA player has an elite strength. Some of them have 10 of them, and those guys are the very best in the league, right? But every one of them is here for a reason. And there are times where you can really soar with that skill. Kevin?
And that's why Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Foul. 2.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he's kept his percentage at a decent level, right around 74.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And the Celtics leadership, very pragmatic. IT and Crowder both beloved in Boston, but they didn't hesitate to move them to get better and younger at the same time.
He hits both from the stripe.
And thinking about the Celtics' choice to get younger, perhaps a strategic move in response to the super team in Golden State, they want to construct their team to peak in a few years when the Warriors start to show a little chink in the armor moving forward.
Brown kicks to Baines. Brown the pass to Irving. Back to Brown. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
this could be a problem. That's his 4th foul with plenty of basketball left to play.
Warriors have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. No good from Durant. Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. In the corner, Tatum with it. And a miss there on the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Durant over Horford. And Durant gets it to go. Durant's got 29.
Well, if you wonder why they're in control of this game, just look at his stats from the field. Solid, solid, solid.
Horford with the screen on Green. Irving with it. Now Green defending. Kicks to Irving. Clock at 6. Connects from three-point range. Irving's got 14 points.
No doubt about it. He's been a monster from deep.
By and large, defenders have done a poor job of running him off his spots. That's why he keeps firing.
Brown kicks to Horford. No good on the 3. Warriors have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Here's Durant. Here's Pachulia. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Ripping and running. They have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
Irving with it. He's got 14. He kicks to Horford. Poked away. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Pachulia. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Pachulia's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. We take a second here to take a look at the shot chart for the Warriors.
And every time he's pulled up from deep and let it fly, it's found a way to catch iron. Not sure if it is something with his release or the defense is bothering him on his threes, but I would expect him to attack the rim a bit just to kind of mix things up.
Irving against Curry. Horford sets a screen for Tatum. Irving for 3. Warriors with the rebound. Left side Durant. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
The long strides of Durant gliding through the lane. Throw it down, big fella.
Boston's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Irving kicks to Baines. And Pachulia over to help. There's Brown with the 3. That shot misses. So Golden State will take it the other way.
He just can't get it cranked up from beyond the arc. No threes in this half after just hitting 1 in the first.
And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Boston, no good that time either. And here's Golden State. They're on a 14-5 run here. Durant, no good. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
No good from Irving. Warriors have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%.
The length of Kevin Durant able to get his shot off even with the defense closing in.
The Celtics shooting about 35% from the floor, not much falling for them. Irving kicks to Horford. Here's Tatum. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. 12 points for Jason Tatum.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Even when the defense bodies up on Draymond, he just knows how to out-muscle them.
And here's Boston.
Many can argue at this point that Draymond should have had 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards. Arguably one of the most impactful defenders of this generation. Can take over a game without ever scoring a point. Tough screen set there, and the defense was not prepared for it.
And Green slams it in.
And this game has Green stamped all over it. Just a dominant performance.
On the wing, Irving. And Baines kicks to Horford. Green in the post. Working on Horford. Shots good by Green.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Now Irving. 16 points for him. At the top of the key, Baines. Back to Irving. Irving double team. There's Brown with the three. The Celtics keeping it alive. Fresh 24. Horford's shot is good.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Here he is doing it again.
And it's Green with the jam.
At 6'7", Draymond is always capable of skying up for slams like that one.
Got a piece of it. But Julia with the steal. Outside Curry. Down low. And Green with the basket on the assist by Curry. Green's got 10 points in just the second half. Now here's Irving. Horford sets a screen for Irving. He feeds it to Baines. Inside. The kick out to Irving. A three-pointer, no good. The Warriors shooting has been brilliant in this game. 67% from the floor. And Kevin Durant with the slam.
Could have easily been an and one. Durant finishing through the bump.
Here's Irving. Passes to Brown. Pulls up from the corner. And that one comes up a bit short.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
Green. And Boston with the rebound. Horford's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Brown dishes to Irving. Deflects the pass. There's the pick. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
And a chance to check out the numbers for Durant. Averaging about 26 points per, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And not many players possess his kind of ability to protect the rim. I mean, you look at the block total, pretty remarkable.
All shots he's changed just by challenging them. Such a luxury to have someone like this as your last line of defense.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Boston shooting a pretty wretched 28% in the third quarter. This offense needs to maybe try some different angles. Here's Rozier, guarded by Green. Rozier the pass to Ojale. Just 5 on the clock. Smart wide open, he fires. His three-pointer's off the mark. Here's Golden State now. Here's McCaw. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists tonight.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Picked by Horford. Pass to Ojale. And the pass to Rozier. Drills it from outside. Rozier's got 6.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And Green gets it to go.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And here's Smart. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Morris into the lane. McCaw grabs the miss. So it's the Warriors now. Ring shot on the way. Again, Golden State.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Here's Rozier. He's covered by Livingston. Rozier kicks to Morris. They set the pick. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That's his first foul. David West, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. The Celtics making a switch here. Smart kicks to Morris. Green with the block.
What a play from Draymond to rise up and send it back. He really takes pride in his defense.
Here's West. That one falls. Coming off Iguodala's feed. Iguodala's got 3 assists now in this one. Tice And the rejection by Iguodala.
And Iggy demonstrating his trademark defense yet again. Just a sensational shot blocker.
Pass to McCaw. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Why don't we go to the 2K leaderboard? Over the past month, these teams have been playing a very entertaining brand of basketball. Second, the Warriors.
I mean, it's about the pace they've played with here offensively. They don't look like they're showing any signs of slowing down.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
First one falls for him. And it won't be easy for the Warriors to keep everyone on their team for the foreseeable future. But as long, Steve, as their core stays together, they'll be a title threat, no doubt. Are we looking at a dynasty here, Smitty?
You know, Kevin, they have a chance. Their core players on this team, they work so well together. They will always be in contention. They will be able to sign vets for cheap for a long time. It could be a while before someone takes them down. Marcus Morris, a stretch 4 out of Kansas, has a good shot from range and can stretch out a defense. Not your typical power forward.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on.
52 seconds left in the third. And Iguodala comes to help. 4 on the shot clock. To end the run. They grab their own miss. Rejected by Young. And it's the Warriors on the break. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And with Marcus Morris, his role when he's out on the floor is to stretch a defense and pull a big away from the basket, and he accomplishes that.
Yeah, he takes a good amount of threes, and you don't mind it. He's a solid shooter from deep at his position. Teams need a big man who can shoot like him to open things up.
2 shots. Last on the first.
The first free throw is good.
And the Celtics gave up 4 players to get 1 in Kyrie Irving, but they already had so much depth. They could afford to sacrifice a bit for a superstar just entering his prime.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And really for the Celtics, just a wealth of assets, but in reality, only so much playing time to go around. Sooner or later, you knew they'd make a move, and I think they got the best player in the trade.
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
And the Warriors miss again. Tries to snap the cold streak. Another shot. Misses at the rim.
Yeah, momentum right now is against them. They're just going to have to figure out a way to ride this one out.
You know, easier said than done. What they need to do is string together some positive plays, try to turn the tide.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Warriors on top, running away with it. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Pace of play is a big part of tonight, okay? Make sure on the bench when we come back, we lift it.
One of the team's great young teachers, Brad Stevens, wanting his guys to control the tempo.
Yeah, and he feels if they push it, if they attack intelligently, it's going to be to their advantage.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. West out there with JaVale McGee. And there's Livingston. And it's Young. And it's McCaw in at the 2-spot. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
There's a screen. They double him with West. Here's Nader. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Chalk up 2 there.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
West dishes to McGee. Back to West. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And with the new TV deals, we've seen players' salaries and caps certainly skyrocketing. What does that do in affecting relationships among the players, between the players, within a team?
I think, Kevin, when guys are happy, obviously with their salaries, they play better. But I think also it can affect sometimes, let's talk about it team-wise. You have a guy that's not playing at the level that you thought he would be playing. Because of the numbers, it's going to be harder and harder to move some of those guys. Then you have a guy that's playing better than a guy that's making a lot of money. He's going to expect, and some of these teams are not going to be able to play, so you're going to see a lot of movement. And I'm back in our day, Kevin, my day, you didn't see that much movement. Because of these skyrocketing salaries, I think now it's going to be more and more movement.
And Steve, with the new deal signed between players and the league, it'll be, I think, easier for teams that have drafted and developed a player now to keep that player and not lose them to more money to another team.
You're totally right. I think guys getting drafted and they can play, they will definitely be there for years and years because they can make the most money with their teams respectively.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. And you look at what Marcus Morris gives you, and it isn't going to jump out on the stat sheet. But, Steve, he gets so many minutes because of things that just don't show up in numbers that you can really look at and feel.
He's a floor spacer, and he fits well into the system they're running. What he gives you goes beyond the box score.
And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markeith, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it.
And, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
That's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket.
And the slam dunk by McGee.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
And Young comes over to help. Got a piece of it. Morris with the ball. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Shane Larkins checked in for Terry Rozier. Well, Steve, with the rise of NBA message boards and increased coverage from beat writers, NBA players have plenty of opportunity to read up on opinions of what people are saying about that player. Is this something that is impossible to avoid? And do some players read fan opinions about themselves? Are they reading these critiques?
Yeah, I think they are. Some players read it too much. Fans have a voice, but you don't have to read the good or the bad. But going back to the beat writers, I think a lot of times a beat writer is one of those guys that you see every day. And you're looking to challenge him when he writes something bad, and also you want to pat him on the back when he writes something good. But I think you got to look at the beat writer and understand he's doing his job. You got to kind of separate that. But a lot of times when there's a beat writer interact with a player, a lot of times it's bad, especially if the beat writer has written something negative toward the player. I wish they can separate those guys, and also the players can separate the beat writers from fans.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. That one is no good.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
And he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
Pass to Nader for 3. It's rebounded by Livingston. Here's West. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And the demands of NBA basketball, no secret. The league has taken measures, Steve, to allow players more time for rest, which is good, and more time for recovery, which is better. Less back-to-backs. Do you think more can be done and should be done in those areas?
You know, I know the league is looking at it. The less back-to-backs is fantastic, and I think they're looking at the travel and the recovery. So as more and more they can limit back-to-backs, I think that helps guys recover. I think guys get a chance to be ready to go, because playing a back-to-back is extremely hard. And I think guys on their own are doing a lot to be able to take care of their bodies in the off-season. So I think both the players and league are doing a fantastic job.
The free throw drops for West. And both free throws good for West. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. They double him with West. Pass to Nader. The 3. Boston. No good that time either.
And so much for repeating the 3-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
He gets that one.
And West, a knockdown mid-range shooter. You just assume it's going in whenever it leaves his hands.
The pass to Ojale. Lets the 3 fly. And it's JaVale McGee with the rebound.
You won't see him miss many of these. A wide open look from distance.
West, that's good.
See, this is how you dictate the flow of the game. He's been lit this quarter.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
It's stolen by Livingston. And now running up the court, West pushing it up. And the stuff by West.
A beautiful pass to lead his teammate right to the hoop.
Boston's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Here's Larkin. He dishes it to Morris. Tice. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
And every offensive board is an extra possession. If you're trying to compete from this far down, you cannot allow that.
You know, I wonder, where's the passion? You can't afford a no-show here on the defensive glass.
Stolen by McGee. Goes up, and it's McGee with the jam.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. The Celtics have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Poke loose, stolen by McGee. Here's McCaw, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And replay review now commonplace. In the interest of speeding up those reviews, Steve, the league last season allowing officials at the replay center in Secaucus, New Jersey to make the call. You like that decision?
You know I do, but I think sometimes finding a way to speed it up, and I think there's some way where you can have a referee right there on site also can be able to get a chance to see the play, because sometimes technology doesn't get back from Secaucus back to the game. If some kind of way, the middleman, if he's there in his obvious play, that could cut the time, you know, because right now sometimes it's taking a long time.
As long as they get it right, correct? How they do it, who cares? As long as they get the call right, though, to me is the most important. What about you?
I do love that, Kevin, but I think sometimes, you know, human error is a part of basketball. The refs can't be perfect. And so sometimes if they're a bad call, it's just a bad call. You got to live with it.
The Warriors shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. And there's West. That good on the assist by Livingston. 16 points for David West.
Now we can say it. He's a completely different shooter this half. Much more confidence, much more success.
They double him with West. It's stolen by West. And now West running the floor all by himself. And the stuff by West.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
The reason why a number of guys on this roster, they are built for speed. Why not play to your strengths?
Here's Larkin. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
It's West with the drive.
Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
I like that they're trying to maximize the value of each possession, and you know their coach likes it.
Tipped away and out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Celtics making a switch here. Smart's checked in. Here's Yabusele. And Smitty, this year the NBA choosing to start the season a bit earlier to cut down on the back-to-back games during the year. Do you think the NBA should spread the schedule out even more? Or are you happy the way they have at least gone about this season?
I think the NBA, Adam Silver and those guys have done a fantastic job. I love how they give the guys basically a week after All-Star game. They're starting a little bit early to cut down the back-to-backs. Either way, if you can find ways to help the recovery time, is great. But I think right now, the league and the games and the scheduling, they're in good hands right now.
Tries from 10, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. McCaw has got 9 points now in the quarter.
The mid-range area, perfect place to use your size advantage.
Here's Nader. Here's Yabusele on the money from 12 feet away. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively. Straight rim rocker.
It looked like Greg for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Here's Larkin. They set the screen. Inside, off the pick. It's blocked. And it's the Warriors on the break. Young's running. That shot off. And the Celtics going the other way now. Now Smart. Here's Larkin. Out left of the wing. Nice shot by Smart.
And he finally gets involved from beyond the arc. His first three of the game comes here in the second quarter.
Livingston passes to West. Second chance shot. He lays it in. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 13 assists.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Larkin can't get it to go.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Livingston, that's good. And this is the first season where we have ads on jerseys in the NBA with the teams. Gut reaction, Steve, now that you've seen the ads on the jerseys, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I don't like it because I know it's going to start to add up. Well, we're not going to even be able to see the player's name and the logos. It's just going to be ads everywhere. I understand it, but I don't like it.
You know, I can see it for practice jerseys. I can see it maybe when you're selling it retail to the fans. But, I mean, isn't there enough advertising already? I mean, let's that's one of the great things about keep it as pure as possible. I get the European deal, but there's so much money here, it would seem like this is just an add-on that doesn't need to be added on.
Kevin, I'm totally in agreement with you. I think practice jerseys, like you said, selling the jerseys maybe, but I think also maybe at the All-Star game, you can fill those guys up for that one game. But I would love to keep it pure, get the chance to just see those uniforms the way they are.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Here's McGee. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. First one falls for him. So he gets them both. And Smitty, with your perspective from your years in the league, as you watch the game now, what are some of the things you most enjoy watching or paying attention to when you watch an NBA game?
I think different. You know, back in my day, it was more of the 1, 2, the third option guys on the team. They got the basketball the majority of the time. I love the way now guys move the basketball around. It gets to the 5th option, and those guys are a threat. And also those guys knock down more big shots now. Not just the superstars. So just watching the game evolve to more of a team game, it's a joy to watch, Kevin.
Is there better coaching now, you think, overall, Steve, than when you played? That's not an indictment of the coaches that you had, but is there more of it now? Is there better coaching or bigger staffs for sure?
I think it was better coaching back in my day, but I think the philosophies have changed right now. I think they have better philosophies on how to approach the game, but I think overall it was better coaching in my day.
That's a very good answer. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
And you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And he makes the first but misses the second.
No way he is happy with himself right now. He knows he has to knock every shot down at this point in the game.
Offensive rebound. Young against Brown. Dishes it to Smart. With the floater. A second chance effort. Tice. And finally they hit one.
Assertive in the painted area. This is what every coach preaches.
Timeout called the Warriors.
You know, last season, Steve Kerr once again having to miss time due to complications from his back surgery. Missed the majority of the team's postseason. But he got through the regular season fine, but it's something that has troubled him off and on.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Zaza Pachulia.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars. Young against Brown. Shots good from Young.
And this is the kind of deficit it would take a miracle to overcome.
I think this hometown crowd agrees with you. They are fired up about it.
Here's Brown, takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And you got to like that they are competing all the way through. Try and maybe build some momentum going into the next one.
Because the execution was not there tonight. That's something they can use this time to work on.
Smart kicks to Rozier. There's Brown with the three. Buries it from three-point range.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, forcing defenders to come out and guard them, which could open up driving lanes if they want to take advantage of that.
And just putting the finishing touches on this one, they have been on fire.
I mean, a fantastic run. The guys are really clicking, and the scoreboard reflects that.
And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. Here's Livingston. Can't get it to fall. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Andre. A lot of great offensive players on this team. How does it all come together to have a night like tonight?
Well, we know our defense is our catalyst to everything for our team. So as long as we play defense, get stops, rebounding was most important tonight. You know, they're one of the best rebounding teams in the league. We were able to do that and get out on a break.
And you made the most of it when you had those opportunities, Andre. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.